A very good afternoon, dear students, and welcome back to the lecture of Advanced Accounting and Auditing Paper 1 SY BCom Semester 3. I, Professor Shaurya Shah, welcome all the students to my lecture. I hope everyone is doing great. Dear students, in the last lecture, we had solved 3 university sums regarding your material costing. I hope now you all must be very much familiar with the chapter and the sums we are solving. I hope you all must be again clear with the questions which we are doing, right? Same type of questions will be repeated in the university exams also, students. So you need to be clear with the 6 type of formulas that we are using. Fine. Again, today we will be solving a set of university sums which you all must be having. I have already posted it in Google Classroom so that you can solve it. Along with that, you can also find it on your screen, the questions which we are solving. Fine. So we will be starting with the question number 8, that is VNSGU 2015, right? I hope everyone is ready with the sums. Fine, let us begin, students. So we will be starting with the question number 8, that is VNSGU 15. What is the sum all about? We will be first understanding the sum and then we will be starting to solve it. First is opening stock is given rupees 50,000, average stock is given rupees 70,000, then material turnover is given 2 times, right? Material turnover is as good as your stock turnover. So you need to find out the purchases, students, right? Now you must be aware with the concept of cost of goods sold. What do you mean by cost of goods sold? It is your opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock, right? So when you start such kind of sums, always start with the missing thing which you are having, right? So what you need to do is you need to first find out the opening stock. So from that is opening stock is already given, you need to find out the closing stock, right? So from where I will start first with the average stock, the thing which is given. So average stock, what do you mean by average stock, students? Average stock is equals to opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2, right? Opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2. Now average stock I am having, students, 70,000. Opening I am having 50,000. Closing I don't know, so I put x there, divided by 2. So when I solve this particular equation, my x, that is closing stock, will come to 90,000 rupees. How 90,000? 2 into 70,000 is 1,40,000 minus 50,000, right? So I'll get the answer of 90,000 rupees, right? That is my closing stock. I suppose it is clear to each and everyone. So always start first with the thing which is given in the sum and then you can proceed further. So I have found out the closing stock. Now the second thing you need to find out is to search for material turnover, right? That is material consumed, or you can say cost of goods sold. So what is the formula for material turnover, students? Material turnover, it is same like your stock turnover. Material turnover is equals to, I can say, material consumed. You can note down simultaneously material consumed upon average stock. So material turnover answer I am having with me, that is 2 times material consumed I don't know, so x divided by average stock. Average stock also I am having 70,000. So what is the answer of x? Again material consumed I am writing in short, you can write it in full. 1,40,000 rupees is my material consumed, right? I suppose it is clear to each and every student. So material consumed is 1,40,000 rupees. Fine. Okay. Moving on. Now you have got material consumed. Now you have got opening stock, closing stock. What you need to do is you need to find out the purchase, right? So what is the formula for material consumed, students, right? So just write down material consumed. How much material consumed? Logically, if you see, certain opening stock of material I'll be having, plus I will do purchases during the year, less certain closing stock of material I'll be having with me. So what I'll do is opening plus purchase minus closing stock. Material consumed I have found out 1,40,000 is equals to opening stock of material 50,000 plus purchase I don't know, so I'll put a purchase only. Closing stock we have found out 90,000 rupees, right? So what answer I'll get is purchases is equals to 1,40,000 minus 50,000 plus 90,000. So if you can solve it, you will get the answer of purchases is equals to 1,80,000 rupees. Purchases is equals to 1,80,000 rupees. Don't forget to write down the units, students. Purchases is equals to 1,80,000 rupees. I hope it is clear to each and everyone. Now this is asked in your exam for 3 marks, right? So if you are clear with the formula, with the help of again solving the missing equations, you can do it. Fine. I suppose it is clear to each and everyone. 10 seconds to note down if you have not yet done. Then we'll start with the next sum, students. I hope everyone has written the sum. Fine. So we'll be beginning quickly with your next sum, that is VNSGU 2015 question number 9, right? So again we'll be starting. Read the sum for a while, students, then we'll be starting it. What is it all about? The following information is of a Bhairav Company Limited. Find out the inventory turnover rate for the year 2012-13, right? So the very first thing they have said is to find out the inventory turnover rate, that is equals to material turnover rate, that we have just found it out. Fine. Second thing, students, is to find out the opening stock for the year of 2013-14, right? So now, students, this is again a different kind of sum. Whatever we have solved till now, they have given you 2 years information, that is 2012-13, 2013-14, right? So in this 2 years information, sales is given 4,50,000 and 750. Okay. Opening stock of 2012-13 is given and opening stock is missing, that you need to find out, right? That they have asked here. Purchases is given for 1 year, second year purchases is not given, and rate of gross profit is 33 1/3% on cost, right? So 33 1/3% on cost, we will see what is the use of it. And again, an important information, that is closing stock is 12.5% of purchases. So from the amount of purchase which I am having, I can find out first the closing stock. I suppose it is clear to each and every student. Fine. Okay. So what we'll do is, we'll start the sum first by finding out the missing things which are there. What is this? This is question number 9. Again, VNSGU 2015. Start with the closing stock, students. How we can find out the closing stock? Closing stock is equals to 12.5% of what? Of purchases. How much is my purchase? Purchase is 3 lakh rupees, right? So do the 12.5% of 3 lakh. You will get the answer, that is 3 lakh into 12.5%. So your answer you are getting is your 37,500 rupees is the amount of closing stock. The first value I will found out, right? That is your closing stock value. I suppose it is clear to each and every student. Now second thing you need to find out for your material turnover rate, right? Just now we did in the last sum, that is your material consumed. So I will start with the formula of material consumed. Material consumed is equals to opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock, right? We use this formula in the previous sum only. If you are clear, it will be very easy for you. Material consumed, I don't know. Opening stock, yes, I am having it. What is the opening stock? It is 75,000 plus purchases is my 3 lakh. Purchases is 3 lakh minus closing stock. I found out that is 37,500, right? So what is the value of material consumed? 3,37,500 is the value of material consumed. I suppose it is clear to each and every student. Fine. So what you need to do is now solve the sum whatever they have asked particularly. So the very first thing they have asked is your number 1, inventory turnover rate for the year 2012-13. So I'll write down for the year 2012-13, write down inventory turnover rate, that is as good as material turnover rate, right? Inventory turnover, whatever word they are using, you need to use the same word. Material turnover rate is equals to, you need to write down material consumed upon average stock. It remains the same, students, just the value changes and the thing changes, right? Material consumed, you have found out 3,37,500 divided by, you need to find out the average stock, right? Now what do you mean by average stock? Average stock is opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2, right? So you can again separately find it out, or otherwise you can directly write down in the denominator. For your information, I'll be just writing down in the denominator only, right? So what is your opening stock? Opening stock is 75,000 plus closing stock is 37,500 divided by 2. Remember students, this is divided by 2, not whole, right? So don't make a mistake that you are dividing it by your whole. No, it is your average stock. So for your simplification, again I am writing, it will be 3,37,500 divided by 56,250, right? So what amount of average stock you are getting? 56250. Material consumed is your 337,500. If you divide this, you will get the answer of 6 times, right? So what is the answer for inventory turnover rate? Inventory turnover rate is my 6 times. This is the very first thing which is asked in your university sum. I hope everyone is clear with this part, right? So formula remains the same, the sum changes and the figure changes, right? Okay. Now the next thing what they have asked is opening stock for the year 13-14, right? Opening stock for the year 13-14. Now if you logically see students, suppose my financial year is from 1st April till 31st March. Assume 1st April till 31st March, right? So closing stock of 31st March will be definitely my opening stock for 1st April. I hope everyone agrees, right? So closing stock of 31st March is 37500. So what will be my opening stock, right? So I'll write down opening stock of current year. Assume we are in 13-14, right? Opening stock of current year 2013-14 will be equal to closing stock of 2012-13, right? In exam you can write this, but it is for your understanding I am writing so that you can be very much clear with this part. So opening stock of current year 2013-14 is equals to closing stock of 2012-13. What is the closing stock? That is 37,500 is your answer of your second thing which is asked in university sum. So we can write down rupees 37,500. This is the second part, right? I hope each and everyone is very much clear with this part, right? So what you have done is, on the basis of the information which you are having, you have found out the missing information, and on the basis of missing information, putting all the things in formula, you have found out, right? I suppose it is clear. Fine. Again 10 seconds you can note down if for those students who have not written it. Then we'll be starting with the next sum. Okay, so I suppose everyone must have completed the sum, students. Fine. Starting with the third university sum, right? That is of VNSU 2014. Same type of sums we have practiced in every lecture of our material costing chapter. I hope you all must be very much aware with this part. Fine. Directly starting quickly with the sum, that is question number 10, VNSGU 2014, right? Always keep a questions list ready so that at the time of revision also you can directly compare with the question and you can solve it. Fine. Remember, this chapter is very easy. You can easily score around 10 marks out of it because the long sum comes from this chapter and one short sum also comes, right, apart from your theory. So again, what is the sum all about? The sum from the following calculate. First is EOQ, that is economic order quantity, you need to find out. Second is how many orders will have been placed during the year, right? So first, students, you need to find out the EOQ. The second thing is number of orders, right? That we did also in the last lecture. How you find number of orders? That is your annual consumption divided by EOQ. So you can find the number of orders which are placed during a year. The third thing you need to find out is the period between the two orders, right? What is the time period which is there between the two orders which you are placing? That you need to find out. Fine. What information is given in the sum? Annual consumption is 9,000. We always take into account annual consumption. If it is in quarter form, you need to convert it into annual by multiplying 3 or 4, whatever the case is, right? Next is your ordering cost. Ordering cost is 15 rupees, right? So per order cost is 15 and transportation expenses are 10%. Fine. So shall we start with the sum? Directly with the formula, right? I hope everyone is aware with the formula. First thing they have said is your EOQ. So what we'll do is EOQ is equals to under root 2AO upon CP. Remember, students, here the percentage is also given. So you need to take the percentage, that is P. If at all no percentage are given, then the formula will be under root 2AO upon C. So under root, I'll put up the value in it. What is 2 multiplied by annual consumption is 9,000 units. Annual consumption is 9,000 units. What is my ordering cost? Ordering cost is 15 per order. Divided by, right? What is my, again we can say carrying cost. Carrying cost is 10%, right? As such it is in percent. What we'll do is we will convert it into decimal. Now how we can convert it into decimal? 10 divided by 100. If it is 100, then it is 10, right? So how much? So we will divide this 10 by 100. So you'll get 0.10. Always take 0.10 here. And then the next is your price per unit, that is CP, that is 30 is given, right? So when you solve this thing, you're again 2 into 9,000 into 15, 2,70,000 divided by 3, right? So 2,70,000 divided by again your 3, it gives you 90,000. So under root 90,000 will be our answer, that is equals to 300 units, right? So the first question which they have asked is your EOQ. So what is EOQ answer? EOQ is 300 units, students, right? So I suppose it is clear. Same formula remains. The particulars also remain the same. You should be very much clear with this part at this stage. Fine. The second thing is very easy. Again, how many orders will have been placed during the year, right? Simple concept you need to remember is the formulas. Number of orders during the year is equals to how many number of orders? Annual consumption. What is my annual consumption? My annual consumption is 9,000 units, right? Divided by EOQ. So whatever you are finding, you will be just putting it at 9,000 is given in the question. 300 is my EOQ, right? I suppose it is clear to each and everyone, right? So again, 9,000 divided by 300 gives me the answer 30 times, right? So my answer is 30 times. Don't forget to write down the times, because during a year, suppose my economic order quantity is 300. So if I 30 times order it, then I'll be having my annual consumption of 9,000 units, right? Is it clear? And the third thing is the period between the two orders, right? What is the time period you are having between the two orders? So how you can find it? Very easy. Period between the two orders is equals to, we solved this also in the last lecture, 365 days, that is a year, divided by number of orders, right, that is 30 times. So I'll get the answer of 12.16 days, or we can say 12 days is on an average, right? You can put it in the two decimals also, or you can put it in the round figure also. It is up to you, right? But generally go to two decimals if it is your days, fine. So what is it? The first thing we found out is your EOQ. Out of your EOQ, we found out the number of orders which are placed during the particular annual consumption. And the next is your, what is the difference between your two time periods, fine. So if you multiply 12.16 into your 365, you will get the answer that is of particularly your time period. I suppose it is clear, each and every student, fine. Now moving on to the next sum, again 5 seconds. If you have not completed it, you can complete your sum by the time. I suppose it is done. Every student is clear with this part, fine. So we'll be starting with the next part, that is your again long sum, which we'll be doing it, fine. Similar to your last lecture sum which we completed, fine. So I suppose everyone must be clear with that part. What is the sum all about? It is your VNSGU 2014. You need to find out what is the sum all about. Ekta company manufactures special product E. Following information was collected for the year 2012, right? What is given? Monthly demand of E is 800 units, right? So monthly demand is given 800 units. EOQ is directly given, that is 300 units. So whenever we use the formula for again minimum level or any kind of such formulas, we will use this thing, right? So that is 300 units. Annual carrying cost per unit is 26 rupees, right? So annual carrying cost again is given. Next is your normal usage is 150 per units. Now understand the term normal usage, students, right? Many a time students get confused. What do you mean by normal? Normal equals to average, right? Keep in mind this thing. Normal usage is equals to average. So what is this given? Average consumption is given. Now again, if they say normal time, then it will be average time, right? Minimum usage is given, maximum is missing, so we'll find out. And reorder period is 1 to 5 weeks. So minimum time is 1 week and maximum time is 5 weeks. I suppose it is clear to each and every student, fine. So what you need to do is, same pattern will be following. Before starting the sum, you need to calculate the 6 basic things, right? What are those 6 basic things we'll be solving? That is VNSGU 2014. You can begin with me only, fine. What is the 6 basic thing? The very first is your maximum consumption, maximum time, minimum consumption, minimum time, average consumption, average time, right? So this 6 things basically you should have with you so that you can solve the sum very easily along with the formulas, right? Maximum consumption, I'll fill out the details which I already have, which are given in the sum, fine. What I can find is your normal usage is 150 units, so I am having the answer of your average consumption. Minimum usage is 100 per week, right? So again I am having the answer of minimum usage. Reorder period is 1 to 5 weeks. So 1 is my minimum time and 5 is my maximum time, right? So orally only you can calculate, no need to find out with the formula. What is average time? Average time is minimum plus maximum divided by 2. So 1 plus 5, 6 divided by 2. So I'll get the answer, that is 3. That is of average time, right? Now for here, for those who are again good in calculations, you can directly do it. If not, you can put up in the formula. Average is equals to 150 is equals to x plus 100 divided by 2, right? That is minimum plus maximum divided by 2. So when you solve this particular thing, you will get the answer of x is equals to 200. That is my maximum consumption, right? So whatever way you are convenient with, you can calculate the formula also and you can calculate the thing. Main marks are for your the answers which are asked in the exam. But these are the pre-preparations for the sum. I hope it is clear to each and everyone, right? So these 6 things we have found out. Now one by one we'll be putting up in the formula based, right? So what is the formula? The very first asked is your reorder level, right? So students, what is the formula of reorder level? Again, we'll be going quickly because we all have learned this thing, fine. So what is the formula of reorder level? It is maximum consumption into maximum time. Maximum consumption into maximum time is equals to reorder level, right? So is equals to, I'll just put it vice versa, that is left hand side and right hand side, is equals to maximum consumption is 200, maximum time I am having is 5. So what answer I'll be getting is your, again we can say 1000 units, right? So 1000 units is my reorder level. I suppose it is clear to each and every student, fine. I hope this is the again 4th type of sum which we are doing of the same pattern, so you all must be clear with this part. Moving on to the second thing. What is the second thing as? Second is your maximum level. Maximum level, students, what is the formula of maximum level? That is ordering level. I told you yesterday also. Ordering level minus min. I told you minimum consumption into minimum time plus EOQ, right? Remember the formula, that is minimum consumption into minimum time plus EOQ. So ordering level minus minimum consumption into minimum time plus EOQ. I hope it is clear to everyone. Just put up the formula. Just now we found out the ordering level, that is 1000 minus minimum consumption, you can see 100, minimum time is 1 plus EOQ. EOQ you can directly find it from the question, that is 300 units, right? So what I'll do is, when you solve this thing, 1000 minus 100 plus 300, you will get the answer of 1200 units, right? So that is my maximum level which I am being asked in the sum which I have solved, right? So 1200 units. I suppose it is clear to each and every student. The first thing we found out was reorder level. Second is your maximum level. The third thing you need to find out is your minimum level, right? Now minimum level, again you need to find what is the formula for minimum level. We will be writing minimum level is equals to, right? So what is the formula for minimum level? Minimum level is equals to ordering level. Minimum level is equals to ordering level minus average, right? So what is average? Average consumption into average time. In maximum, remember it is opposite, that is min, right? In maximum it is min, in minimum it is average, right? So what is ordering level? Again we found out 1000 minus average consumption. Average consumption is 150 into average time, that is 3. So you will get the answer of 1000 minus 450, that is 550 units, right? Is it clear all of you? 550 units. I suppose you all are aware now with the format and the formula, so I am going a little bit quick, fine? So minimum level. So 3 things they have asked and 3 things we have found out, fine? Now the next thing, whatever they have asked, they have said average level. But average level, generally the formula is different, but they have specifically said on the basis of EOQ, right? So what is the formula of average level on the basis of EOQ, students? The formula is your average level is equals to minimum level. Average level is equals to minimum level into half of EOQ, right? That is, this will be multiplied and this will be added, right? Sorry, my mistake. Minimum level plus half into EOQ. So what you will do is write down the figure of minimum level, 550 units plus half into EOQ. EOQ is 300 units. Yes, EOQ is 300 units, right? So you will get the answer of 700 units, right? So I suppose it is clear to each and every student. You will get the answer of 700 units. So minimum level plus half of EOQ will give you 700 units. Is it clear to all of you, right? So whatever they have asked, we have completed this thing, students. Fine. Now the next thing is the fifth, again we can say, equation which is asked, right? What is the fifth equation? Fifth equation is you have to find out the safety stock level, right? So fifth equation is your safety stock level that you need to find out. So write down the formula for that. Number 5, safety stock level is equals to, right? What is the formula of safety stock level, students? Safety stock level is equals to maximum consumption into maximum time minus average time. So maximum time minus average time, right? So that is the formula of safety stock level. What is the maximum consumption, dear students? That is 200 into what is the maximum time? 5 minus average time, that is 3. So when you solve this, you will get the answer of 400 units. That is safety stock level. That is safety stock level. I hope it is clear to each and every student. Fine. So 5 things they had asked and 5 things we have completed, right, on the basis of the formula which you know. Now dear students, question number 12 is for your homework, right? That is again the similar sum what we did just now. EOQ is find out, right, that you need to find it out. How many orders will have to be placed, that you need to find out. And the next is the period between two orders. Annual consumption is given, cost per unit is given, and ordering cost is given. Fine. So you need to solve this sum at your home. This is for your practice. Just now only you can do it, and I'll tell you the answer in the next lecture. Fine. So if you want, again I can tell you the answer, but first you need to calculate and then you need to check whether you are getting a correct answer or not. Fine. So if you want, I can give you the answer just now only. Fine. So what is the first answer? First EOQ you need to find out, that is your 151458 units. You have to compulsory solve it, students. If any queries you can tell me. Then number of orders to be placed, the answer will come to 171.46 times, or we can say 171.5 times, right? I hope it is clear to each and every student. Fine. Any doubts, any queries, you can tell me in the Google Classroom. Fine. Okay. And the third thing that you will find it on your own, what is the time period between the two orders. Fine. Okay. I suppose it is clear for today's lecture. Fine. So we'll conclude here, students. Practice the sums one more time at your home. Once the lecture is completed, do it on your own. If any queries, you can post it in Google Classroom. This is all from my side. This is Professor Shaurya Shah teaching you Advanced Accounting and Auditing Paper 1 SY BCom Semester 3. Have a great day ahead, students. Thank you for your attention. Take care. See you in the next lecture.